Hey everybody, and welcome back to JT's Toy Box. That's right, you're in my box. So kick back, relax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink, because we're going to be talking toys. That's right, Toy Talk. Today, I'm going to talk about some Marvel Legends. I'm going to talk about some DC Directs, and I also have a few Black Series. As always, those are the things that I collect and I love finding in the stores. But we also have some thrifts, and in these thrift shops, I've been able to find some really nice gold. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. Since we always do the Marvel Legends, the DC Directs, and the Black Series all the time, let's talk about some of the thrift finds that I've found. So, a couple of old cartoons. Some have been all-time classics that I've known about. Other ones have recently come to my attention. And I thought, well, I have a lot of movies, so let's go a little vintage on this. And I started hunting for VHS tapes. And one of the first ones that I found was The Hobbit. And I thought that the graphics on this VHS was really, really cool. And it still has the shrink wrap on it. Isn't that neat? I mean, it's still in like new condition. It has been watched. But I'd say that is new used mint, if there's such a thing, right? And then something new that I thought was kind of cool. I like old vintage cartoons, and this one has recently come to my attention, and it's called The Last Unicorn. And it has some really cool graphics, even on the back. It tells a little bit about the story. I've seen this, and it is a definite little fantasy cartoon. It's cool to check out. And then I've had reviews that I've watched on people watching this movie, and I haven't seen it yet, but it's The Never Ending Story 3. And a lot of people say this is not a very good Never Ending Story. The first one, obviously, is always the best one, but Jack Black, I believe, is in this one, and that is all the reason I need to watch it. So anyway, those are the cool little thrift finds that I found. I thought was kind of neat. And then, let's see, what else? Well, that was pretty much it for the thrift finds. I mean, other things are going to be like, ooh, I got me a nice new tie, kind of things that I hunt for. But those are the cool little vintage gems that I found in the media section of some of the thrifts. Now, let's get into some of the Hot Wheels. I don't really show that many Hot Wheels. This is a Johnny Lightning. And who remembers Ratfink? A little pop culture from the past, right? And so anyway, this is a really cool figure. I got one of these for my dad, and then I went back a week later, and there was another one there, and I just picked it up. Because if you don't, someone else is going to grab it, and this right here is highly sought after. So anyway, really cool to find. You don't see very many, and this is a really nice panel truck, a delivery truck. And this is new to me. This one right here is the Airborne Trooper. So kind of similar to the other Mandos that came out. There's, I think the Death Watch has similar bodies if they're not the same. But a little different paint scheme. And this is definitely cool. I found this one at GameStop. It was full price at $13.99. It's the first time I've seen it. Probably the last time I'll see it for a while. And I would love to have one or two more of these, but not at $13.99. So hopefully these come out at Walmarts and Targets, and they'll be plentiful and then clearanced out. Because remember, we're going for clearance. Clearance, man. So let's talk about some of those clearances. Good old, what do you call it? GameStop? We're going to have to come up with a different nickname. Found this on clearance. This is the zombified Captain America. I haven't taken him out yet. From the What If series. It's a really cool. You can't really see. It's too much glare. Sorry about that glare. But anyway, let's look at the back. Now let's take them out real quick, because actually the good cool thing about Pops is they don't seal them with tape. So they're meant to be displayed and then put right back in. And I have taken them out already. Alright, so if you have seen the What If cartoon, it is a pretty cool storyline. They're exploring the multiverse, and it's just a cool way to test the waters and see, I think, if they want to pursue movie franchise in that respect, because you know they can always bring back Scarlett Johansson if they did what they did in the cartoon. So it's a really cool adaptation of the storyline, especially the cinematic. And these guys were able to reprise their character voiceovers. But this guy, he is really top heavy, but he does bobble. So some of the excuse me, some of the other larger pops that I have, if they're not stout on the bottom part of them, like my thing over here is like a brick, but I also have like Skeletor and He-Man up top on my top shelf, and I've come into my toy box and they're on the floor. So sometimes, you know, this weight just doesn't hold up to the plastic if there's extreme temperatures. Now, this is an insulated room, but given that it's plastic, anything's possible. They could fall over. But anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. And how much did I pay for him? Not very much. So 50% off, 18 bucks. So I paid very little for him. Don't ask me the math. I don't want to pull out a calculator. But anyway, really cool toy. So let me put him over here so I don't get him scuffed up. And then something new for the holidays for some. I'm not a holiday person at all. Don't celebrate the holidays, but I do love these color schemes. And so anyway, I found these Mandalorian special editions. They have holiday colors, but they don't have any holiday markings. Like there's no Christmas on it. So, but they do have kind of like a Christmas sweater. But if you look at it, it just has his logo and then two helmets. And so this is like a whole cool another little Mandalorian. And I got two of them. And what I didn't realize is that I got these pretty cheap. I found them at Target. And they've already doubled in value. Like, because of the holidays, everybody wants these for, like, stocking stuffers or collections. And so these are already at 40 bucks. And I only paid, I think, like 26. So I'm liking that a lot. And then I also found at a GameStop, and this was an early release, actually, because they're street dated. But I got a hold of it a few days earlier, and it is the Chewbacca Holiday Edition. So this is kind of like an abominable snowman, and I have an abominable snowman up there, but he's not in plastic form, he's in cloth. But anyway, really cool white older Wookiee, and I like to have more of these, but I paid full price for him because he was kind of like a cash grab toy. And so that's pretty much the it of my full pricing. I really want to stay under a certain amount. I believe for the Black Friday, they're going to be doing like an $18.99 for 2 days. So if you go into a GameStop, you can pick up that $30 toy for, I think, like $18.99. So I know some of them are still on this shelf. I think there's going to be plenty of them. And pretty soon, they'll be clearancing them out. Because this is the same body that they have for the last Wookiee that came out. And the same everything except for the color. And they're already clearancing the brown Wookiee for 10 bucks. It's 50% off, $19.99. So, you know, you got Wookiees coming out your ears. What's the difference with this white one? So I'm only going to stick with the one. But these commandos here for the Bobas, that is so cool. And I wouldn't mind having more, but only if they're really cheap. So anyway. Yeah. Oh, and while we're on the Mandalorian front, I did order one of these off of eBay. This came in a couple days ago. I have one of them already, and so now I have another one. This one is mint on card, and it's unfortunate because I'm going to open it up. No, I was kidding. Oh, man. It sucks to open up cool toys sometimes. I mean, it's cool to, like, play with them, but, you know, it's just, sometimes, you love them in the artwork that they came in, but it's fun to rip them open, too, I guess. Oh, boy. It's just it's a fence. It's a two-sided sword. So anyway, I have one of him already. I think what I did with this last one is I kind of took his drape cloth and I went over to the side with it. And he does come with a jetpack. And so I just plugged his jetpack still right into his back. And then with this kind of sitting over, kind of like Clint Eastwood style, he was able to fly, and it kind of not cover up the entire jetpack. But anyway, cool toy, and I'm going to play with that later. So I'm going to set that one aside. And then on another eBay note, I've got one of these guys. This is a Loyalist Trooper, and I am not taking him out of the package just quite yet. There's an issue with the purchase. I was supposed to get two. Looks like the person only sent me one, but I don't think he has any more. And so anyway, I paid a little too much, in my opinion. I think I paid like $13 more than I would have. But I also see that there is a value for this one in the box. But I don't want it in the box. I want him out of the box. So until I get two, or we're able to resolve the issue that we got going on eBay, he stays in the box because I may have to send him back. I paid close to $40, and I thought, like I said, I was getting two, so that makes it like 20-something bucks a piece. And I know he's got a $22.99, but that's not what the going price was. And so anyway, I feel like he should have represented his auction a little bit better. But in the meantime, his package is safe, and until he makes good on that or refunds me or I send it back, we'll resolve it. But definitely a cool one. I don't want to send it back, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Got me a pop. This is another pop. A little marshmallow head. And it is E.T. Isn't that cool? On his bike and miniaturized and everything. And their heads turn. Not E.T.'s, but that's a neat little setup. You can just put it right up on the shelf there. It's already ready to go. It's like that's Enterprise. Just as equally good as Spielberg. So let's see here. What did we do and what we didn't do? Oh, cool. Let's get the big stuff out of the way. So I have this motorcycle already for the Batman movie that came out. I picked it up cheap. It was really, really cheap. Another clearance item. And the other day, I thought I was buying a double, and I thought, cool, I'll have a Batman and a Robin motorcycle. But when I put them together, they're two entirely looking different bikes. And so anyway, I am really happy to have full-scaled 7-inch scale, for the figures. Anybody can go on these bikes. There are no markings that indicate that they're Batmans at all. They're just kind of like Bruce Wayne's awesome expenditures for the year. And so where to put those on the shelf, this is a problem. I got so many toys and so little shelves. I mean, space is very valuable. It's becoming more precious than the figures. And so anyway, as much as I like keeping them in the package, some of these I like to take out. But if I can't stack them well on the shelf, I have to find some way to put them, or at least swap out maybe the collection. So that's an issue that I think I'm going to start looking into, is like maybe this shelf might be this for this month or two, and then maybe it'll be something entirely different. And I just kind of store stuff, because I'm the only one that really looks at this. So anyway, you got to enjoy it, but I don't want it to just be put in a corner collecting dust. I like the stuff on display. And anybody have any idea what you do with these? They're big giant pins, and they're cool, but I don't know what to put them on. I don't have a backpack. Maybe a backpack? Try going through the metal detector on a plane trip with these guys all over your backpack. And then I found Storm. And so I didn't pay very much for these. I think they were like $3 or $4 a piece. And my favorite content, I got Mum Ra, and I got Cheetah, and then I also got Storm, or Chitara, and then I got Storm from X-Men. So really cool characters. But they're big giant pins that you can put on your jacket or on a backpack, or maybe a curtain. If you had some people want to display stuff like that, they can. All right, so moving on. I got a phone call a couple of weeks ago. Well, I say about a month now, from my local dealer, my GameStop associate. He's awesome. And so, anyway, he called me the other day. As I walked into the store, he said, hey, JT, I says, I got something for you. Check this out. They went on clearance, and so he saved these aside for me. Uh, they were the deceased version of Supergirl, and then also the deceased version of Superman. Sorry for the glare there, but anyway, let's look at the back then. So anyway, we got this guy, and then you got her, and these are the deceased lines. Really cool, really cool. And I already have the Harley Quinn and also the Flash, and Nightwing. So I have a Nightwing now, and he looks like he got a pretty good gash on his head. So he got a batarang to the head. So those are really cool. I'm going to leave those in the package until I get the other wave, because there's also some others, like a Deathstroke. And he has that one, but it's not on clearance. So again, like I say, we're staying on the clearance. And because there are so many toys down there for sale, I picked another one of these guys. This is the Scientist Supreme from Marvel Legends. And I have, I think, about 4 or 5 of them now. So army building on this for kind of like a Hydra, Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then the AIM. And then I got another one of the Lex Luthor suits, because who doesn't need another power suit? Like you just pop the head off and put somebody else on it. But this is really cool. I do have a Lex already out of the box, but I also picked him up for, I think, about $7.99. So that's, again, these figures are cheap. And then what I can do even later, if I left them in the box, just trade them. Trade them with somebody else who doesn't have them. And they got something that I want, because there's always something I want. And this was actually in the last batch of toys that I wanted to show you, but I forgot. And this is new. This is the Batman Duke Thomas. Don't know anything about him, but it is super neato. He's like a heavy metal knight that plays music. Really far-fetched on what they're trying to come up with to sell stuff, but I bought it. But anyway, take the guitar axe away, and he is still a pretty cool-looking knight in armor. And I got plenty of other DC toys that have armor on them. There's a General Zod, he's got armor. There's the Demon figure, he's got armor. And then you just swap body parts off, and then now you got a whole wave of Vikings and stuff like that. And I got a Viking Queen. So this was on clearance too. What was the price on it? 22 something, 97, and then 50% off of that. So really cool looking, and I like the packaging. This is a re-release, by the way. She came out a long time ago, and it didn't sell all that well, but I think it's still not selling all that well. I didn't pick her up the first time, and now I have a better packaging with it. It's kind of got that vintage retro look from the 80s, and so that's a really cool toy. I hang these ones on the wall like you go to the store. When I come into my toy box, it's like, what shall I have today? Oh, yes. And then my mom went thrifting the other day, and she was able to find me the Superman figure right here. And it comes with a Build-A-Figure for a horse, and I've been able to already build this horse. I have 2 horses now. I have the Roach from The Witcher, and then also have the Batman, and then I hope to get the Palomino that they have for the Cowboy Spawn. So I need all 3 horses, and then what I was using them for is there's an Ed Harris figure from Westworld, yes, because I haven't seen that show. But anyway, the action figure came out. He's a 7-inch scale, so he's compatible. Looks amazing on the horse. And there's a few other cowboys that I wanted to put on horses. I have a Jonah Hex figure, but unfortunately that figure, as well detailed as he is, his legs are not bendable at all. They're just like stovepipes. They're just straight plastic. They're just not meant to bend or nothing. So unfortunate, but the sculpting on that whole body figure is awesome. Just not articulated. So bummer. And then I found this, a NECA figure from Back to the Future on clearance, and I paid $11.99 for this guy. And he has been a $30-$40 toy at some locations, and I'm really happy to get myself a McFly figure. And I like Michael J. Fox, and I'm really happy to see that they are recognizing him by giving him his own figure. And he also got just an award not too long back for raising money for charity for Parkinson's. So the guy's doing good work, even though he doesn't act that much. Now, there's a place that I've mentioned in some of my past videos called Fallen Prices. And I've been kind of neglecting to tell all of you about this deal. But there are several different days you go in, and it falls each day of the sale. So I went in on a $4 day, and I found a Skelegod from Masters of the Universe. Target, Walmart, they all picked up this line. Target's the first to totally abandon it. They don't want them on the shelves anymore, and they're literally just giving them away. They just don't want them on the shelf. And so I found this at Fallen Prices. I paid $4 for him. And guess how many I bought? I bought 30. I bought 30 Skelegods. So I am literally swimming in Skelegods. Anybody need a Skelegod? Come and ask JT. I'm not going to sell it to you for $4, though. I told all you that, so I guess I just killed my entire base. But anyway, I am putting them up on eBay. I'm putting them up on local marketplaces, and I'm trying to get my money, recoup that. If I can do really well on those, then it's an investment. Tomorrow I'm going back for another pickup. Today was a holiday, so unfortunately they were closed. But they are going to be doing a $1 tomorrow, and they have the Purple Panther, the non-flocked one, and it's going to be for $1. So I got to be there first thing at 10 o'clock and get in and get out, and hopefully I won't find any, because I need to save my money for other toys. But this is an investment. Like I said, when you find really good toys, you pick them up and you try to flip them. I have a hard time doing that because I love toys so much, and I'm very lazy, but this is how you do it. So anyway, those are a few of the toys that I came across, and I'm trying to see if I left anything out. I feel like I did. I did. So speaking on that note, I thought it was almost over. I can't remember if I mentioned this one. I found it at Target. It was on clearance, so I got Triclops, and I'm looking forward to taking him out. From the cartoon, this is when he's like some kind of zealot or something like that for whatever he was worshiping or whatever in the cartoon. But anyway, that was the only one I've ever found on the clearance rack, and I picked him up because they're completely off the shelves, and they'll probably be at Fallen Prices. So that's something I need to keep my eyes peeled for. And then, here on the Masters of the Universe note, found one of these guys there too. I paid $2 for him on a $2 day. I have this already. It has Trapjaw inside in a different color, but definitely a really cool addition. I can always use more parts. He comes with a firing mechanism that would go to the Castle Grayskull if you collect that mecha brand. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I have today. And I hope there's some toys that you found that you liked looking at. And I'm going to open up some of these bad boys and start playing with them. Sorry I don't do that on the on this, but I'll be here all day. You'll be hearing me just mumble to myself and going all that kind of stuff. So you guys have a wonderful day. If you liked anything you saw, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. That's right. Have a great day, guys. Bye.